Welcome to the Work Hard People's Podcast. I hope everybody out there is having a great day. This is the first podcast of 2024. I am so pumped. Hope everybody had a great new year, great holidays. Remember, please like and subscribe. And I could not be more thankful than to kick off the year with Mr. Marcus Guerrero. How are you
Hey,
doing, buddy?
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the introduction. I'm doing well. I got a smile on my face, and it's right now it's because of you. So I appreciate you for that. I appreciate the message. I appreciate everything you do, man. Thank you for
It's
having
been a
me.
long time coming. I've been trying to get you on here for a minute. You
I
kept
know.
dodging me.
This so like I feel like when things are so important to me, because this is the first time doing this. Obviously, I've done it in the old school lab setting quite a bit,
Yeah.
but this is my first time outside of it. I don't finish books, man. If there's a 15 chapters in a book, I stop at the 14th. If there's 12 seasons in a TV show, I'm stopping at the 11th season. Like I'm like that. I put things off that I really like care about, or like it's gonna like be on my mind heavily. So like that's sadly me in a handbasket, man.
That's good, man. Well, let's fill people in on your background a little bit. So, Marcus is an ambassador for Old School Labs. He has run several transformation challenges for them. In fact, that's how I first met Marcus. Was I was just scrolling through Facebook and someone was saying, "Hey, there's Old School Lab transformation challenge." Da 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 da. I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting ready to go through a cut. Let's do this thing." And
Yeah.
I like to join challenges more for motivation and community. And one of
Mhm.
the things I love about the Old School Labs challenge, it's a great community, man. Like I've been in challenges where people are talking smack, everybody's putting people down. You don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. But in the Old School Lab, that Old School Labs family, man, that group that you and we can't leave Jessica out of this because she has done. You guys do a phenomenal job. All the posts, the videos, the recaps, the jokes, the good time. I mean, you guys do an awesome job keeping that community together. And I mean, it's a great community. I'm very proud and happy to be a part of the Old School Labs community and all the people that are part of it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. So, man, I appreciate the fact that you brought up Jessica because I'm the type that literally I'm so like I would end up forgetting to bring up my only co-host. You know what I'm saying? Like that is true nature of me. But yeah, she's been here through like thick and thin with all of this. She's been like my ride or die partner throughout just everything. And she does not like to be in front of the camera. So like the fact that I was able to get at least one full transformation challenge of just like weekly recaps with her is like it
She's
shows love.
awesome too. I don't know why, man. She
She is.
shines. She's funny. It's
Yes.
great. I love it.
Yeah, man. I'm like, we'll watch. You know what the funny thing is, and she'll probably hate me for saying this. She will not watch them back. She does not watch them back. She is so in her head. She's like, look, with it. She saw me making fun of her a little bit. She was like, you do you. I'm not. It is what it is. So then I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna really take it full vamp. So I start adding the sound bites and clips and just kind of like that's I think everything in life, similar to how you are with the smiling, right? And I always appreciated that message. I'm the same way with jokes. I think
Yeah.
everything can be laughed at.
Yeah.
Everything has its rightful place and comedic value, and I've always looked at everything like that. And so, like, I'm happy that I was able to bring that to the group somehow, like in some form or fashion through her, because obviously I can't make fun of the people in the group. That might come across.
Hey, you make fun of me, dude. It's all good. I don't mind at all.
But look, even when I made you Santa Claus, I literally had to ask you, "Hey,
I
man, like,
loved it.
the beard fits. Trust me." I
Yeah.
even tried to give you some, like, that's the Santa Claus who's trying to fit down the chimneys. All right, that's this
Yeah.
Santa. Right?
Hey, if you're not laughing at yourself or having a good time, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly, man.
You got it. People, I think, just kind of little tack, but I think it's one of the problems that we have in the country is that people take themselves a little bit too seriously.
Yeah.
I don't care. I had a guest on a few months back. We kind of talked about this. I don't care if you're far left or far right. I bet if we got together one on one, we'd find that we have more in common than we do apart.
Oh
And let's
yeah.
focus on that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's be good to one another and serve your neighbor and pick
Hmm.
each other up, right? I mean,
I think
and
that's
that's I
I
was just
think
gonna
that's
say
one of the
that's what the old school ass community does, man.
yeah,
We take
yeah.
care of each other, pick
I
people up.
think that's what it's all about, man. It's something that personally, so like getting into that, it was a challenge for me only in the sense of I wasn't used to it. I didn't know. So like my background, I've done clinical therapy, social work. I've done everything along those lines, right? So I'm really good at, macro level work, micro level. And I've always learned that it's so important to see somebody at face level. You get on the same, you get on whatever level they are. If they're above you, you get on that level. Beneath you, you thinking that I sound, don't mean to say that beneath, but I'm saying whatever level that they perceive themselves to be, you get right there with them because you're not above them.
Yeah.
We're all humans. We all have our own world. Like we are literally our world. Like, so we only know things through our lens. So I understand why like we can be selfish beings at times and it can be like challenging. Like you see in relationships, couples, friendships, parent to their sons and daughters, like, we only see things from our own realm. But with
Yeah.
knowledge, with the, going through it, that's why I feel like people who've had, some type of strife, some type of hardship, I mean, it's written, it's truly those who are battle tested. They're able to really get through the storm. And I think that's one of the things that really helped me the most with these challenges is being able to just like take myself away from the equation. Because early on, like that was one of the hardest things for me to do, because I started this as a challenger. Like I was in the first ever OSL Transformation Challenge and I ended
Mhm.
up winning it. And so like, and I thought it was rigged. I'm not gonna lie. Like I literally thought it was fake. I had reason to believe it was fake. There were certain people in there. I'm like, there's no way. So then I think that really helped catapult me into looking at it like, well, let me just do this for something else. Let me just find encouragement, find that motivation, and then do the same thing for others. Because
Yeah.
I know that like, all right, so if I'm looking at it, if I'm truly really trying to be a believer in what I'm saying, what I'm preaching is like if these random people are able to motivate me, hopefully I can do the same for them. You know what I'm saying? So like if somebody's making me feel away, let me express it. Why keep
Yeah.
it in? And that's why I think one of the realest things is like being able to open up yourself, be vulnerable, show your true colors. Like that's I think what the world is missing oftentimes is people being real, people being like their legit selves, even if it's a front, even if it's a face you're putting on.
I
It's
like that you say try looking through people. Everybody has their own lens that they're looking through. I was listening. It's a couple years ago. I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast, and he was talking about uh, sometimes we will judge people too harshly and too quickly
yeah.
because you'll see this random name, Mike, 40-year-old Mike is an asshole, and he was like, why? He goes, I started to think of Mike as he used to be a baby,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, Mike's 40 and he's bitter and he's an asshole, but what was the series of events that took that precious, perfect baby and turned it into 40-year-old grumpy Mike,
Yeah.
right? Because we don't know the circumstances. We don't know why somebody may be feeling some way or why somebody has turned out some way. We have no understanding of the circumstances because we have not walked in their shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is a good point. If we can spend some time to think when we look at others, especially if it's somebody that we think has a bad attitude or somebody that we disagree with, if we can look at them through the lens of that person used to be a baby, everything used to be perfect. What messed them up? What got them to that
Yeah.
point where they're now so grumpy? And how can maybe we make it better?
Yeah, I think it's two sides to everything. There's three and four sides to every story. I think it's a flip of a coin to where yeah, you can. One of the best things is to see yourself in them. That's you. Like that's how I look at it. I look at it
Yeah,
as right now, James is me. So
yeah,
like I'm gonna treat this interview, this everything the way I'd want James to treat it if it was me doing it. That's how I look at
mhm,
everything in life, and it's hard. I get that. I truly think I can only speak for myself. I know deep down it's very easy to be a selfish being. Like I know that. I only know me. I only know myself. Like my brain can work this way. Everybody else might be an alien to me. I'll have no idea. I don't know the inner workings of the next person's brain. I know science and this and that, but like simply I only know me. So the best way for me to look at things is just to look at them like, well, like, hey, what if that was me? What if that was
yeah,
me? I would, what if I'm having a bad day? What if I'm
100%.
feeling this way, that way? And that's I think one of the biggest things is why I made or I really wanted to push because early on with the old school labs, like the first ever challenge, I could tell that it was more even their pictures, right? And that's why this time I really wanted to. I get it, that, we're supposed to be inspiring, motivating. The pictures, big, all that. I get it. I love it. I'll do the same thing. Like I can't. I make the most Roly Winkler. scrunched up faces in the gym. So as I get it, I'm all for it. I love it. Truly, that's like a big part of me.
Yeah.
But the community aspect to it, giving your regular like it's almost fusing. What's the dodgeball? You got the one Ben Stiller's gym, and you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that's I want them to just
Average Joes and
I want
yeah,
those two planets just to collide, and
yeah.
that's what I want because there's a place for everything, and I love both of them. Like
It
White
is.
Good,
And
I have some White Goodman in me. I promise
yeah. Yeah, and
that.
you like I mean, you and me, we train similar. We both like bodybuilding style training. We're
Yes,
both into bodybuilding itself.
yeah,
Um, but not everybody's into that. And a transformation challenge, just for people that ever want to join one,
yeah.
it's not a certain set of criteria for the
Mhm.
transformation. It's your criteria. What do
Yeah.
you want to transform? I've seen people go through a transformation challenge and bulk. I've
Hmm.
seen people lose weight. I've
I
seen
love
people
that.
look for strength. I mean,
Yeah.
there's all different kinds of ways to go about it.
Yes,
What
sir.
a challenge offers you is a community and
Hmm.
accountability, right? And
Yeah.
that's important. If you're trying to accomplish a goal, accountability is important, right? So like I can't even do legs anymore, and then Jess or Marcus has to go up there and embarrass me with them juicy thighs he's got going on right now. Jeez, bro, thick thighs save lives. Come on, man. No,
Right.
dude, those were hanging. You're putting a
I,
lot of mass on your legs in the last 12 months.
I appreciate it, man. So like it all stemmed actually one of these challenges. It's probably gonna be I'm gonna keep because this has been my motivator. You're
Yeah,
saying accountability. It's one of the biggest things about these transformation challenges is that accountability. Like even with Jessica, and I got like ADD brain, trust me, and many more issues, but I'm gonna keep jumping. So pardon me. But with Jessica, the accountability, like there will be people who day one, day two, day three, they'll start doing a little countdown to be active in the gym so that people see that accountability. They'll see that they'll literally be able to feel like Jessica will come home. She'll be like, oh, I gotta do my post. I gotta do my day 5, my day 6, my day 7.
yeah,
So like I feel like the group does that. And one of these challenges I had to host while I was having my shoulder was just completely it was terrible. I separated my AC joint and I constantly had problems from that. I know it comes with the territory. But that whole challenge, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Because one of my things is this. It's in the gym. It's showing that
yeah.
going live. So I was like, man, what do I do? So I ended up working legs, like really trying to like optimize my training. And I was going 4 days a week, just training legs and trying to do like, quad focus, hamstring focus. So like it really all stems from a lot of things in the group and just trying to like, work and finagle my way around things. Like, and I couldn't be more appreciative, man. Like, and it's
No,
one of
they
the
look good, bro. They
thank
look
you.
really,
Yeah.
you've come a long way in the last year. I mean, you look, from the first time I met you, you looked good, man. You had nice proportions. You looked really good, but you have added, man, you have to have added 20, 30 pounds. You're big, dude.
I know it looks like that, and I know it's smoke and mirrors as well. I understand bodybuilding, but I'm trying, and I appreciate that. That's gonna fuel my right after this. I'm going to the gym. I did
Yeah.
legs yesterday, but promise that's probably gonna fuel my shoulder day or whatever.
Yeah. I did
Especially with something.
shoulders this morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I saw them smoking, so that's I'm really I'm looking forward to it. So I appreciate that, man. That is literally fuel for my tank, and
You
same thing.
you want to do a show? You gonna
I
do a
do.
show, man?
I really, man, if you, I want to do a show so bad that I'm not doing a show. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna be that like it's literally that's what it is. I know everybody has that same excuse, and I know that you just gotta do it.
Let me
You
ask you
just gotta
this. You
do it.
natural?
Yeah, fully
Yeah.
natural.
So
Fully.
have you heard of the OCB
Yeah.
class?
Actually, I accompanied one of my friends to his shows in Raleigh, North Carolina. My friend Jonathan, he did like a men's physique, and I can't do the men's physique. I don't think,
No,
but
you would be doing classic
yeah,
or regular open
yeah,
bodybuilding,
yeah,
but just based off your proportions,
yeah,
right?
1000%. Yeah.
I had two clients do an OCB competition in
I saw that
November.
episode. That
Yeah,
was a
and
great one.
I have two more doing the Pensacola in June.
Oh, nice. Very exciting.
One is she's a wellness. She'll do wellness competitor, and then another men's physique competitor. So
See, I just I
I
hear
have
I hear the divisions. I get excited. Not just wellness. I mean, my
yeah.
favorite is fitness figure. Like I love
Who was
bodies.
it? Have you heard of the hypertrophy coach? You know who the hypertrophy coach is, right? You seen him on YouTube?
Um, more than likely, yeah. Like my whole YouTube feed is like bodybuilding, so like more than
Yeah.
likely I have seen
He was
it.
talking about wellness and he's like, yeah, how do I describe what wellness is? Wellness is, I don't know, what every guy wants down below and bikini on top.
Man,
I,
I'm such a fan of all. Actually, I'll be, full disclosure, my favorite wellness is up there, obviously, but my favorite is probably figure. I like a little bit more
yeah,
size, like I really do. Like
yeah.
physique as well. Like I like that too. Like I like physique and figure. I love the shape. I love when it looks like superheroes. Like I love that X frame, that like Sidney Gillen. Like I love that frame where it's just you can tell there was so much hard work. And I mean all of them, from bikini up to women's bodybuilding. The amount of work that's put into it. Like
Oh, yeah. I don't
I
care what
mean,
division you're doing. If you get to the point where you're getting on stage, you have
yeah,
accomplished
hard
something.
work. Yeah, even if you're natural NPC, like doing that, it's hard work. You like the amount of mental anguish that will go into that. Rather, it's even if you cut incorrectly, you did
Hmm.
something. You got on stage, may not look your best, may not have been cut down fully. May things may have spilt over. Whatever it be, you did it. You know what I'm saying? So
It's,
like,
you think about it for the, it's, you pick a show. So like right now, my two people, they're 6 months out and we are working a program to try to be perfect in a 5 hour window on Saturday, June 15th,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's a lot of room for error there.
Oh yeah.
Gonna make mistakes. You're not always gonna hit it perfect. I mean, the pros don't hit it perfect,
Mm-mm,
but it is a very hard thing to do to get
mm-mm.
yourself because you're just trying to peak for that 4 or 5 hour window of your show, and
Yeah,
it's very difficult. I have no desire to be on stage. Um, I like to I love to help people get to that point. I
yeah,
really enjoy that process of prepping somebody for the stage. I like figuring their body out and kind of seeing what works. I mean, it's and I'm pretty anal. I track everything. So like with female clients, like I start literally logging their cycle.
oh wow, okay,
Right,
yeah,
because it
definitely.
makes a difference. If
Mm-hmm,
if I know we're going to be on cycle going into a show, I need to understand that hey, I need to cut their water way back. I need to back them way off of protein because protein will bloat you. If you're
mm-hmm.
on your cycle, you'll get bloated and hold water. So if we're going to be in that window during the show, now protein's got to come back, water's got to come back. There's all these other things we got to do to make sure they're not spilling over and bloated while they're on stage,
Yeah, yeah. I
right?
mean, it's
Especially for naturals. The girls that are running, if they're running gear, a lot of times the cycle goes away and it's not as much of an issue. But for naturals, it 100% is. And so, like, I start tracking that like 6, 8 months out before a show for a female. I'm literally looking. Okay, we need to start tracking this. I need to know when it starts and how many days, and we need to calendar it every single month.
oh
So
yeah,
I
it's a
know,
different ball game, honestly.
yeah, it's just when you're getting on stage, there's a lot of other little things that go into it. But what uh, what class would you want to do? Like, what would be your ideal class?
I mean, my most respect will always go to like the men's open bodybuilding. That will
Yeah,
always be where my like that. I'm the biggest fan of that. Give me that freak, give me that. Like that's, I will always be the biggest fan of that. But obviously, if I had to, I would probably gravitate towards classic. I'm
yeah.
still trying to have them have a wellness for men, man. That's
No, I'm with you, dude. There's something about the open guys on stage, but I'm telling you right now, classic is an art form.
oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
pretty.
yeah,
The poses they do, their slim down physique a little bit, because they
yeah,
got the weight caps. It is pretty, but there's something about seeing a big Rami or a Derek Lunsford with a
yeah.
back that's 8 feet wide getting
And
up on stage and
that's what I'm all
bam.
about. That's what I'm all for that, man. I'm all for like that freak factor. Those, I mean, everybody has that genetic, just superpower to them, right? Like, so I mean,
Yeah,
Samir, he had the back. His back was incredible. Rami has those legs, and of course you got Nick Walker arms. There's so many different, and obviously some more than others. Phil Heath.
Samir had pretty good aesthetics too. I don't know
Oh
if
yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah, right. So
yeah,
that's why.
yeah, he had a good look, man. He was
one
good.
one of the funniest things ever was, so I did a video for one of the challenges, just to like boost morale, whatever. It's fun for me. I wanted to do something. I remember I saw a video of Samir Banu a while back. He was in the gym. He had some glasses on, and he was training, hard as hell. How you would expect him to. He was doing interviews and talking. He had his like girl at the time sitting on his lap, and he was just talking mess in the gym, right? Like obviously approaching the show, talking about Lee Haney, all different things. And so I pretty much try to do like my own, version of that, like have his sound clips and then me doing the
Yeah,
work. And he came into the group, and like I said, I loved it. Like he loved it, laughed, whatever he did, like said his thing. But I remember whatever he said my intensity wasn't enough, right? He said it has to be more intense. And I was like, yo, that is like the best thing I can hear from him. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I'm like, yo, you just gave me the best idea for my next. Whenever I revisit that video, it's just gonna be
that's
me
good,
sitting in
man.
like a dark room, lights off, hoodie up, just like reading that comment, just like not as intense, not intense
Yeah,
enough, not intense enough. Like I love that. So that I will always have that little you know, memory when it comes to Samir Banu that I wasn't
yeah.
intense enough.
He's a good dude, man. He went
Yeah.
off. He freaking went off. There was a round table. I can't remember who it was. Right after the Olympia, there was
Saw it.
4 or 5.
When
Did you
there was
see that? He
yeah,
was
yeah.
not happy that Lunsford won that show, dude. He was like,
And
"What?"
it's so I love that's one of the coolest things
Yeah,
about bodybuilding that makes it so different from other like sports. Because it's in the end, it's truly just it's subjective as hell. Like
yeah. It is
it's your
subjective.
opinion. Like
Yeah,
I'm looking at it and I was looking at like the Olympian. I'm like, okay, I love Samson. Like that guy. Like so, if looking at it like as if it's a movie, the character of Derek Lunsford and Samson Dowd, like it's like you can't not help to like them, root for them. Obviously, we all come from different places. So like
yeah,
some of us might gravitate towards Derek, some Samson. Like, hey, obviously Hottie has his rightful place as well. But like just watching it, I'm like, I can't wait till after, like the aftermath of the Olympia, knowing how close it was between certain people and the fact that it was so different. And that's one of the coolest things about it is like from sixth to first, it's so many different types of unique bodies. So, man, one thing is I wish Nick Walker was there. And like, it's not saying I would have wanted him to win, but just throwing
yeah.
him
No,
in there
me too,
makes,
dude. I was brokenhearted for that
yeah,
dude. Did you
yeah.
see how bad his ham looked, dude? It was,
Oh, yeah. And
oh man.
I fear that stuff, man. Like,
Oh
I,
yeah.
one of the, like, my knee, like, I may have told, like, so you with your injuries, right? And like I said, I applaud you for constant. That shows your love and dedication to the gym and yourself and your passion for what you love. The fact that you're constantly going in there, boot on. Like I remember you booted up with the little
Still booted
stroller,
up.
everything. Like and you was doing hand cardio. Like
Oh, I'm
I
going, bro.
I love that. And like that's so like my knee. I've obliterated my knee. I used to play
Mm.
basketball, love basketball, and I came down off a rebound, landed on somebody, and just obliterated my knee.
Oh
I
yeah.
tore PCL, ACL, meniscus, completely
Oh,
tore three, and then partially torn, I think one or two, and then fractured my femur on top of it. And
oh,
ever since then, like yeah, so you'll see, and it's like it messes with me, like mentally, like when I take pictures, like there's certain pictures, Jessica, what about this one? I'm like, nah, not that one, because like
yeah,
in the group I've gotten better with it in the group because she'll just post pictures because she likes how she looks in it, but sometimes she'll
yeah,
ask me, and it is a blaring weakness of me, like so I still got that mindset of just like I see my knee and I'm just like God, because it's still atrophied compared to my right leg, like it's still
yeah,
not as there's a slight difference and it's like that's one of the things I've been working on tirelessly is just getting that up. So like whenever I saw him and the hamstring tear and all that, I'm just like, oh man, like I couldn't imagine what it does to the mental. And the great thing about them is like sometimes I think there's a Bumstead whose hamstring tear actually makes his hamstrings look even cooler. Like like
yeah, yeah,
so it's like, hey, I mean, it could be a as much as a curse it is, it could be a gift as well. I feel like sometimes injuries take us and catapult us to that next level because I wouldn't have worked so hard on my legs if it wasn't for my
yeah.
injury, honestly.
Literally, Marcus. I am stronger in my upper body
Mm-hmm.
now than I was before the injury.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm literally, the chest supported hammer strength, the back row,
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
low row. I'm rowing 4 wheels for like 12 reps now.
Love that machine,
I
man.
mean, I and just really feeling it. I feel I am stronger than I've ever been in my upper body,
And I've seen you do
and
that
that's
machine a
because of
lot
the
too.
injury, huh?
I've seen you do that quite a bit. The low
Yeah,
that
uh,
angle is just
uh, dude, it is killer, man,
yeah.
killer.
I'm all
I
about that.
absolutely love it.
Yeah, I'm all
I
about that.
like
There is
back day
really
anyway.
you
Leg
said
day was
oh
my leg day was my favorite day, and when I busted
mm,
my foot, I can't do squats or any of that anymore. So
yeah,
I love back day now because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just, dude. You've seen, I've literally, man, done like burnt on like I'll have high volume and heavy back days because I
Hmm.
use it kind of. I do increase intensity for cardio because I
Yeah,
can't get out there and do any cardio, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I use the gym for it, and I've literally been 60 minutes of in the cardio zone doing a high volume back day with some heavy movements in there, dude, and you'll burn like 600
Oh
calories doing
yeah,
that,
yeah.
man. In an hour, you'd be killing it. So,
Nothing compares to it, man. Like man, I when I tell you I light up, like my soul lights up. Like I can talk about bodybuilding all day. I can talk
oh
about
yeah,
working out all day. I could live in a gym. I know it for a fact. You could tent me up. I'll find a good place. They got showers there. Like I'm good.
yeah, I'm
Like
good.
they
Yeah,
got everything that I need in the gym.
yes.
Swear, I just talking about it, just it dude, like I know everybody around me is probably like I know for a fact I can get somebody into the gym. I can 1000% motivate them, but it is so deeply just engraved in my brain that I could probably get them away from the gym too. Like they'll be like, all right, I've had enough. I've had enough of this
Yeah,
gym talk. Like,
yeah.
but I can literally like the NPC put up the 4K quality versions of the Olympia. I've been watching all
Hmm.
of them. Like it makes me feel good, man. It's like watching cartoons as a kid, man. Like
Yeah, and I appreciate all of their work. I
oh
do.
yeah,
The only guys that I do not like in bodybuilding are the dudes that use oil. The dudes
oh
that are
yeah,
hitting synthol, man, and you see
yeah,
them square shoulders and they're jamming
yeah.
their legs trying to do that crap. And that to me, that's cheating.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
it's
do
you
not
know,
like that one bit. And there are some guys, there've been some reputable pros that have done it in the past. And I mean, dude, back in the day, there were everybody and their brother was doing it in their calves, But
oh yeah, yeah,
I do not like that. I don't have a problem with the running gear. That is what it is.
yeah.
They're pushing the envelope, but
I feel like as long as
um,
you're trying to create something out of it, rather
the
you're doing
gear's not going to
influencing.
win you an Olympia.
No, no,
That's
yeah,
what people don't understand. First of all, people think that steroids make your muscles bigger, and it doesn't. Lifting weights makes your muscles bigger. What steroids does is allow you to process nutrition faster and heal quicker. So it allows you to lift more,
yeah.
right? You can recover faster, you can process more food, and therefore you can get bigger.
So
But
I
if
need
you're
some of
not
that.
putting in the work,
I need some of
it
those
ain't gonna happen.
superpowers right here. Like
Yeah,
I need something to just come in and like spread some holy water right here. Put in a little syringe and just
that's it.
give me those
Fix
hottie chupins, man. Because my shoulder
fix it.
is it is affecting everything. But like
Oh yeah, it will.
it kind of everything comes to the territory, man. I guess one of the things is being like a student of the game and really learning all of that. Like learning what bodybuilding has to offer, what it does to the body, and then being like, smart about it, intelligent. Like, because obviously, if you're going to use gear, you should be studying,
Oh,
having a
yeah, getting
coach,
blood work
going to a
done.
doctor, blood work. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh
that's one of the
yeah.
beautiful things about bodybuilding today, and it becoming a little bit more, not such like a niche little group. It's kind of a little bit more mainstream, especially with the Bumstead and TikTok, all that. Like,
Yeah.
people are really getting like becoming fans of it to where it's becoming less taboo. People talk about it. You got some of these
Yeah.
young cats who go in there and you obviously they're doing whatever the hell they're doing, PED storm, whatever it be. You can some people you can tell, with androgen receptors and things like that. You can see it. But the fact it's being talked about more and more, I think it's amazing. I think it's a beautiful thing. And it helps naturals as well, I feel truly, because all it is doing is making the sport grow bigger. And I
Yeah.
feel like, as a natural lifter, I use it as like motivation because like I look at certain people who I watch, and obviously we're all influenced by different people. Just say I look at certain ones and like it's the last great hope as far as like natural bodybuilding. Like I'm like, because so many people eventually they'll get on the TRT, and I get it, like especially with age and all that.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can't
I'm on TRT.
yeah, like you
I,
kind of
I
at a
am,
certain
but
age,
yeah,
got to.
I guess I've been in 2 years. Just I've been on it 2 years as of December, and I mean, dude, my TRT was 190. I couldn't stay awake. I was
Mm,
exhausted. I was sore all the time. I just had no motivation. Libido was gone. And I was telling my doctor, they sent me to the urologist. I got blood work done. They put me
mm,
on TRT, and it's not a lot, dude. I take 100 mgs every 8 days, and dude, my levels now, I sit. Just for those that don't know, normal is between like 300 and 1,000 nanograms per deciliter of total tests, and I'm sitting right at about 450, 500, right in the middle. I feel great.
yeah.
Everything's back. I don't get tired. I can, go to the gym and work 12 hours and do everything I got to do, and still chase the wife around the house, and all that good stuff. So I feel great, right?
Yeah.
So it definitely, and what people don't realize also with TRT is having proper testosterone hormone levels in general in the body, whether it be having the proper cortisol, testosterone, um, proper lipid panel, all of those things help in the immune system as well.
Yeah. Yep.
And so they help you stay healthier. You don't get sick as much. Anytime the body is out of whack, you're susceptible to different things, whether it be viruses, illnesses, uh, torn ligaments, bones,
Mhm.
all of those things, right? When your testosterone's low, you can reduce your bone density. Now you're susceptible to breaks, which, I mean, my low T could literally have had something to do with the severity of the break in my foot,
Yeah.
right? Because it had probably been low for a long time. But those are just things that it's why it's good to get your blood work done. Go to doctors, even if you're running gear, not running gear. Get
Yeah.
your blood work
1,000%.
done.
Yeah.
Find out what your hormones are doing. It's important. I don't care if you're 20 years old, 50 years old, anywhere in between. Get your blood work done. I cannot stress it enough.
Yeah, that's it's facts. I mean, you're speaking nothing but true scripture right there. It's important. It's the only thing we have, man. Our body really is our temple, and we want to treat it like that. We want to give it its rightful love and appreciation. I feel like rather you're on TRT or you're taking whatever else. I mean, and I think it has such a bad rep too. Is like I don't think what people realize is some of that stuff is really like how you're saying. It's pretty much saving so many different avenues of your life.
Hmm.
It's literally making you stronger with your immune, sex life, whatever it be, relationship, mental health. Like there's so many things that just rather it's TRT, the gym itself can literally be that therapy that we need. That's just making our levels of serotonin go up and down and regulate itself and things like that. Like I have
Yeah.
like I always contemplate not knowing when if I should talk about certain things about myself. But I do feel like that's one of the great things about hosting and being part of these transformation challenges is just kind of being a little bit more open. I think it's necessary. I said that earlier. So like I have me and my brother actually have I'm at his house now. It's his rap studio, but we both have severe OCD, bad.
Yeah.
Not to where it's like, oh, we got to put our controllers in a certain position, or oh, did I leave the oven on? I mean, I get it. Not to take any credit away from anybody who has that obsession or that's their OCD realm, but like it hits deep. Like it's very mine is all brain. Sometimes I have compulsions as well, but it is bad, right? Bad, bad, bad. Very severe. Keeps you out of things. My school life was terrible. Messed up everything. Just
Yeah.
childhood. Like I should be playing with Michael Jackson's toys right now. Mentally, that's how I feel. And I know so many of us can relate to that. But just the adolescence was really just kind of beaten up a little bit by myself. Like me, I did that
Hmm.
OCD. And I truly think that, like I said, everything is a gift and a curse. The OCD has helped me tremendously in the gym, and the gym has helped me tremendously with my OCD. Trust me, it is exposure therapy 101. When I go into the gym, because a lot of my things are other people uh really mess with my OCD in my brain. I'm somebody who like I said, man, my brain jumps a lot. So I've always loved the movie Harry Potter, right? If
Hmm.
you don't know anything about Harry Potter, he is a living Horcrux. He has a Horcrux living in him. It is a part of Voldemort's evil soul that he is that, right? So
Yeah.
I always looked at myself as I have that in me. There's part of me, I'll say it's my OCD. My OCD is my demon. It is a demon, right? But I recognize that. I understand that sometimes it wants me to be bad. It wants me to do weird, bad things, right? And it's just, I don't mean to be weird, but that's just how my OCD has always been. It's intrusive thoughts, it's weird things that I've just had to kind of really expose myself to and use my exposure therapy to really just come to grips with myself and learn how to just navigate through life with like the baggage I have. It'll make me be friends with the devil, man. And I mean that in a good way. Like I can, like we're saying, seeing the side of the other person. Like
Mm-hmm.
everybody has their story. And so me and how my brain has worked, how I've been able to just kind of go through life, the gym. When I tell you the gym has been like a safe haven for me, it has also been my biggest enemy. That's why I have 3 different gym memberships. Like I literally sometimes mentally just need to go to different gyms. Like
Yeah.
it's like a hotel room. I love traveling to different gyms. Like I love it.
Yeah.
New
I do
new
too.
places. It can be tough too, but it's almost like when you're on vacation, that carefree mentality to where you're not really in your brain, in your thoughts. But it also helps when I'm regulated at one gym because I know the faces. I go at a certain time. I don't have to like
Mm-hmm.
have any weird things, but it can really be so therapeutic. Like the gym, bodybuilding, CR, whatever you're doing, that is just, it all comes from the gym. It all comes from health and fitness. What it can do to you and what it can help with. Like I said, I go into the gym, it can be my biggest enemy. The gym can truly be my biggest enemy. It can break me apart, but it has also built me to be just like I said, it might not come across as it's hard for me to say this, but I promise you it is very challenging for me to say a lot of this stuff. I'm usually not this open. I'm not an
Dude,
open.
I appreciate this because this is what this show is about is exposing yourself to help somebody else.
Yeah.
To let somebody else know that, hey man, you are not the only one that is
Yeah.
going through
Not
this
at all.
problem. You're not the only one that's dealing with it. I don't necessarily deal with those type of issues. My wife has she has a lot of anxiety in public places, right? It's very
Mhm.
difficult for her to be around new people
Yeah.
and talk to them and stuff. So I'm familiar with some of those struggles. I have more of like an order thing myself.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm so everything has to be in order.
Yeah.
My calendar's in order, my cups. Oh, you can't put that cup there. Those cups go there. Right? It's
Yeah.
not like I'm like losing my mind about it, but if
Yeah.
I open the cupboard to get a glass, I just fix them real quick,
Yeah.
right?
It's
It's
like a
like
pet peeve almost. It's
yeah,
like it's and it is one of those gift and a curse. Like you are a much
yeah,
more organized human being because you have that
yeah,
weird organizational,
yeah.
bug in you. And I think it's such a it really goes full circle with just looking at everybody, hey, what if that was me? We don't
It
like,
really I could tell you real fast, it really helps me as a coach.
oh yeah,
Because I'm very
yeah,
detailed about putting together
hmm,
workout programs, and when I design,
I
because
bet.
when I coach, I don't do cookie cutter coaching. I my workouts are custom for you for your goals, depending on what you're trying to accomplish.
Hmm,
And when I put them together, it's like literally I draw them out on paper first. It's like the pieces of the puzzle. Okay, we got to hit
hmm.
this. Okay, if we're hitting this here, we can't hit it here. We got to hit it here until everything comes together, and then I program it. I use a coaching app, and actually I use Trainerize. They're fantastic, and then I send them out their workouts. But
Yeah, man, that's beautiful,
it's
man, because
it helps.
you're giving them their just due too. You know what I mean? You're giving them, like, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just, they're doing it for the buck and
Yeah,
they're not
I don't.
really
Yeah,
putting themselves into it fully. And I think everything in life is what you should do. I feel like with the New Year's coming around, so many people have so many different concepts and thoughts towards a New Year's resolution, and myself included. But there are people who are at those different starting levels. There's people who are in that pre-planning
hmm,
phase who, hey, they might need that. They're not as motivated, they're not as determined or disciplined as you may be. It's different levels
yeah.
where I feel like when you're able to just kind of put yourself in the shoes of others and be like, man, like, just because I don't need a New Year's resolution doesn't mean the next person doesn't. Like at one point I did. At one point I needed a New Year's resolution for life, like just literally just living. I to wake up, I needed that. Like, I'm like mentally, I'm like, I don't want to wake up today. Like, I don't mean that in a weird, I just mean like I don't
No,
need
I know
that.
exactly what you're saying, dude.
Like,
When I busted my foot, man,
yeah,
I went through. I've never suffered from depression, but dude. There were days I didn't want to get out of bed. I was like
yeah.
just trying to figure out, okay, what am I doing from here? This
Especially
is
when
a
you care so
mess.
much about bodybuilding and your
Oh
mental health,
yeah,
your physical health. Like that's a big,
it was hard, man. But
that's a brick wall.
But hey, so what's the future hold for you, man? What do you want to? What's the goal?
So
Ultimate goal.
ultimate goal, just trying to
Marcus in 10 years. Where are you at, man?
Marcus in 10 years, man. I want to be me. I still want to be me. In 10 years, I want to be me. That is my biggest goal. Is everything that is me, that makes up me right now, the good, the bad, the ugly, the hideous. I want that to be me in 10 years. I've always rallied myself behind. I still feel the same way I did when I was 12. And some people might look at that as a terrible thing. Obviously, I've changed, but I love that I'm still me. Like that same, like I'll always look at life like I want the 12-year-old version of me, the 18-year-old version of me, the 9-year-old version of me to
Yeah,
see me
I
and be
like
like,
that.
that kid's all right. He's all right.
I like that,
I don't
man.
like his
No, that's
hairstyle, but
good.
he's okay. You know what I mean? Like
No,
I've
I
always,
want to be me. That's
yeah,
good.
I've
All
always
the
been
pieces of you.
exactly, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it's one of my selfish characteristics. Like I want to be me because that's all I know. But realistically, I'd love to still be doing what I'm doing as far as just helping others as well. That is something that I've grown to love. Like I said, doing my background, having a master's in therapy, clinical therapy, I'm really into others, and I love seeing people just do good. I love it. It makes me feel good. Like when people share about themselves and they're doing good, I like being a part of it. And being a coach, you can attest to that. You can, you are a puzzle piece in the building blocks that they're utilizing to get to that next level to accomplish these goals. So I'd love to be still doing something in that nature, helping others, being in the gym. I better be double my size I am right now in 10 years, man. If I'm not
yeah.
double my size in 10 years, I'm going to be highly upset. My legs better be triple the size. All right. They gotta, I'm trying to get up there, man. But yeah, I'd love
That
to
dude,
still
that
be
picture, bro, they were juicy. I promise you, man. They look. You could tell you had a pump too, because
oh,
whenever there's a quad pump, that like hangs.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
almost hanging over the knee,
And the
man.
light made no separation either. So
No,
it was
but dude,
beautifully
when
just
you're pumped, yeah, it
plumped
was like
there. Yeah.
massive. I was like, damn.
Yeah, man. Like no, like I love it. I appreciate that. But yeah, man, that's what I want. I want to continue to be me. I want to continue to just have fitness be such a major part of my life because it's a beautiful thing within itself. It helps me tremendously. My family is into it. My dad still loves the gym. My
Yeah.
brother's he's in this challenge now going off. I'm trying to get him to eat more.
See the dude always burning food
Yeah,
before, remember? It's like burning toast and crap.
oh, that was my cousin. That was
Is
my
it?
cousin
So,
Buck.
yeah, it's fun. It's like, yeah, man, I got my black Tyson, my black bacon.
Yeah, that's my cousin Bug, man. Yeah, well, we have videos together cooking, man, and there are some classic videos of us cooking that I need to eventually put out on my YouTube and things like that because he's a character and he doesn't know. Like we're trying to get him to bulk up, so I love that. Yeah, but
I told Chelsea I can't follow her anymore because she always makes me hungry. Dude,
dude,
telling you
the
what.
ice cream.
Oh,
And then
everything.
SB this time, but like there's another member in the group who is just like he's making me crave eggs. I've never
Oh,
craved eggs in my
yeah.
life, but I'm craving eggs, man. Like I love that,
Yeah.
and that's one of the I love it, man. I love that bring it up, Chelsea, bring up the different people in the group. It literally makes me feel good. Like
Oh,
it lights up my soul. It makes me put on a James Gilbert smile,
that's
and I
right,
don't think
baby.
I don't ever want it to come across as like not genuine. Like truly, like my love for the group because I don't ever like it's one of the biggest things I don't ever want it to feel scripted. I feel sometimes people go in there and obviously not everything can be what it's supposed to be. I wish that people would really utilize the group and spread a little bit more of that love. Like when you get name dropped, right? And you're one of the people, you're a standout to where you get name dropped quite a bit because of your message, because of your positive attitude. And like I think that is so amazing. Like I love that. The fact that there's people in the group who are being influenced by you and you're influencing others. And that has to make you feel good too as well.
Oh,
Not
it
only
does,
that,
man. It
you know what I
does.
mean? So
That
like,
my whole goal in life, I learned in my 30s that uh doing things for myself does not make me happy. Serving others makes me happy.
yeah,
If I can help somebody do something, that's what puts that smile on my face, man.
yeah,
And you come across as you guys are very genuine. You and Jessica both.
appreciate that.
The group comes across as genuine. Like I said, I've never come across anybody in the group that. has been, putting out negative stuff, because a lot of people do in some of these groups, like it's like they're trying to one up them, or your
Yeah.
way's wrong. If I ever saw somebody in like any public group doing something wrong, I would never blast them publicly.
Mm-mm.
I may get on their DMs and say, "Hey, just so you know, I've learned, maybe try it this way," and show them a
Yeah.
video or
Yeah.
something. Hey, I tried this. It might engage you well. If not,
Yeah.
or whatever. If you want some education, reach out. I'm happy, but I would never blast somebody like
Yeah.
that in public. I think it's the wrong way to go about it.
It really is. There's a certain way to do it. Like I said, it just really goes back to that whole, what if that was you?
Hmm.
I've been looked at, I've been scoped at in the gym before, and it'll make me sometimes feel like I'm doing something wrong or whatever, just a look, a glance. So I
Yeah,
can only imagine somebody going up to somebody and telling them blatantly, hey, like it's not going to be received well. Even if you mean
yeah,
well, it might not be
no,
received, how you're wanting it to. So yeah, you got to really, approach things correctly. How you're saying, DM them, hey man, I love that. I used to do it like that too. I started doing this way, and man, I'm
hmm
telling you, like the difference, that different things like that. You just kind of
that's
have
the
to play
way to
that game
do
a
it.
little bit.
That
But
is,
yes,
man. Well, hey,
yeah,
Marcus, I know you want to get to the gym. We've been at this for almost an hour, so I'm going to definitely let you get there. I want to thank you so much for coming on, dude. I really appreciate it. I appreciate what you're doing with the Old School Labs Challenge. You and Jessica both. Like I said, you've created a family there. Even when
for
there
sure.
aren't challenges, people are still checking in and seeing what everybody's doing.
Yep.
I absolutely love it. And I know we had talked a little bit about having the winner of this challenge. I'd love to have them on the podcast.
Yeah.
If you want to put that out in the group, I would love to have them on there and just talk to them about their transformation, what it was
Yeah.
like for them to start to finish, and the struggles and the excitement that came about as they were doing it. I'd love
We
to
could
do
do our
that.
own little Samir Banut round table. And I'll come and be
Hey,
the
hey,
Samir
you'd be
Banut.
welcome to come back on with that. I'd love to have them on. I love talking to people that do great things. And if you're taking on an 8-week challenge, people may think, "Oh, that's not great." No, it's a tough challenge, especially
Man.
if you're working hard and killing it.
Yep.
So, but thanks so much, everybody. You get out there and work hard, peoples, and remember, don't forget to smile.
Keep that smile on.
All right. Thanks so much for watching or listening. Remember, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find us on Facebook at Work Hard Peoples LLC or Instagram at Work Hard Peoples LLC. You can also find us on our website at workhardpeoples.com. Have a great day or night. Don't forget to smile.